Hello everybody, Marlene, aka Snowgardener 307, along with Athena. We are here to do my budget today. That's right, everybody. We're going to do my budget along with cash stuffing and savings challenges. Mr. Snowgardener and I do budget separately, but we have a lot of goals together. And for savings challenges today, we're going to be utilizing some of Mr. Snowgardener's savings challenge money and mine to reach a common goal.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain.
Let's start budgeting. We have a bunch of cash here, but we're also utilizing a whole bunch of placeholders or play money or fake cash, whatever you want to call it. And so I've went through and I thought I organized my cash, but if you look at those fives right there, they're going the wrong direction. I get it from my bank now and they pull it out of a machine and it is a big hot mess. So we're going to go ahead and put everything but the ones into our tray here to make our life a little bit easier. I just love it when the money is all spread out. It just makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something. So let's go through my budget. I work for myself. So by you guys watching this video right here, by joining my membership, by purchasing my products, you are allowing me to work for myself. That's right, everybody. With the help of you guys watching this, along with everybody else, I was able to leave my law enforcement job early. I retired early. And so I paid myself $4,000 this month. And the good news is, some of you guys have asked, is your business starting to recoup? It is. I was able to pay myself completely out of the business without going into the savings account that I have been utilizing that I made before I left my job. But I also added a little bit of extra back into that savings account to make up for part of last month that I pulled. I also have $238. It says kids. This is for Julia and Peyton for their cell phones and Julia's insurance. So the bills don't change much. It's not that exciting. I was excited to see that my Verizon bill went down, even if it's just by a few bucks. I tell you what, it feels like a win. I don't know why it went down. I'm not questioning. I will take it. So we've got our electricity that is on an equal pay, $82. All of this roundup right here is going to Australia. Verizon, $296.38. This is 4 plans, all with payments. Water, $65. It is wintertime, so we usually pay exactly that. Gas, I went ahead and budgeted $150 for this. This is, of course, to heat the house because it is going up. This is probably a little high, but it was okay. Amazon, I'm going to go ahead and cash flow $200 in purchases that were wants and not needs, so I'm just pulling that out right away. And then I've got Union. This is our internet. It is worth every single penny for $116, $4 roundup. So the bills up here equaled $920 with a roundup of $10.62. If you're wondering, why don't I see anything else in here? Like, for example, where is your mortgage? Where is your car insurance? Where is this type of stuff? Mr. Snowgardener and I have split our bills up to where each of us pay different things. And we don't worry about every penny, dime, and nickel. We're not Venmoing each other money back and forth, but we have got it figured all out. So for example, I pay for all of the food and I pay for the car insurance, but I pay it through a sinking fund. But right now my car insurance sinking fund is actually ahead. So for a couple months, I'm good to go. Then down here, we've got the same cash as always. We've got food, prepper pantry, miscellaneous fun, home, me, pay it forward, and car for $1,100. That leaves us with $2,080. Then we roll on over into our sinking funds. And I do get some questions from you guys and you will say, hey, Marlene, how do you decide what you want to put in what category? This really is dependent upon what your goals are and where you want to go in your budgeting journey. So when I first started, obviously, I didn't have much money going into sinking funds because I had a ton of debt. As a matter of fact, when I first started, I didn't put any money into sinking funds. I know that can seem pretty harsh, but it helped us get to where we are now. The only debts that my husband and I have is our mortgage, and my husband has his truck, but that is getting paid off very soon. So I just kind of decide what my goals are for the month, what I need. And of course, a lot of these are money that I spend every single month. So for example, personal care, I'm putting $300 to that. That pays for my eyelashes. It pays for my massage that I get every single month. Also pays for my hair that I get done every 6 to 8 weeks. And then one other thing that I do for myself is I do Botox. Yes, I do in my forehead. Makes me happy, and that's all I care about. You can judge me. It does not matter. I am fighting aging just a little bit. I am almost 50, so a little Botox goes a long way. So for giving, we're doing $100. Holidays, 20. Gifts, $180. Car, this is my long-term car sinking fund, $50. land tax $50, escrow $110. My husband and I recently took over our own escrow, so we pay our own homeowners insurance as well as our taxes. Pets $200. My husband puts in $200 as well, so we have $400 going into our pet sinking fund every single month. If you have pets, you need to make sure you have money for your pets, not only for food and stuff like that, but vet bills get very expensive. My Yorkies get groomed. That adds up, so you need to make sure. $50 into home. This is a long-term sinking fund as well. $20 into subscriptions, $100 into Sam's Club, $100 for the grandbaby. This money right here is going to be started utilizing in January. I have got a savings challenge book that I'm using specifically for my grandbaby. Then I've got $50 for me, $100 each for my son and daughter to take them to lunch, to buy them things, stuff like that. Julia's 23 and 7 months pregnant. Peyton is 20, and they're both expensive. Then I've got $20 going into garden/patio, $20 into clothing, $300 into personal care, and $500 into savings challenges. Now, I do have in my snow gardener budget, well, let's flip it on over here and show you guys right here. YouTube pay was $1,680.44. Etsy was $4,192.43. Snowgardener307.com was $920. So I made $6,792.87. And then you can see I had to pay myself. I paid my sister-in-law's commission. Renee got a little commission, and Amazon. This is all business stuff, so I paid that off. And then over here, one thing you'll notice is for $6,700, I'm only saving $300 to taxes. That is quite low, but my taxes are already paid. I've already paid all 4 quarters of the taxes, and I know in our personal budget what's going on, so I'm not putting as much. And then I did $100 to shipping, $100 to monthly expenses, $20 to Just Because, $75 to YouTube subs, $800 going back into that savings account for Snow Gardener 307 paycheck, because I expect this month to be short. That's right, everybody. I don't expect to make enough money to pay myself $4,000 this month. $500 into savings challenges. And one of the reasons why is for my Etsy, $3,500 of this or so was the Black Friday sale. So I had a lot of people place orders, and during December my sales are always lower because for budgeting stuff you're a lot of times paying it or buying it for yourself, and during Christmas time a lot of people are buying for others. So that is exactly that. A little sneak peek on the Snow Gardener 307 budget, which I haven't shown for a while. And then we've got our cash breakdown, and here I want you to see that I have quite a bit of placeholders. That's what all of these lines are, is placeholders. So I grabbed out a stack of placeholders. I didn't count them exactly, but we will make it work. So the first thing that we need to go ahead and do is we need to go through our G-Bucks. Well, it's not just G-Bucks. We need to go through our dollar bills looking for G-Bucks, D-Bucks, and A-Bucks, and we will stuff those into the red binder a little bit later. So let's go ahead and go through here. I believe I have 120 because 20 are supposed to go towards the grandbaby. And so I am looking for D-Bucks, G-Bucks, and A-Bucks, like I said. I already faced all of these, thank goodness, or else it would be a hot mess. Oh, look at, I failed facing that one. The wrong direction. Those L-Bucks were stuck together. They were rough. It's like new bills are so pretty, but they're not friendly for trying to shuffle through them quickly. I hope you guys are having a fabulous Wednesday today. I am still in my PJs. It's a good day, right? I'm still in my PJs. It's just one of those days. I've got comfy PJs on. It's cold and snowy outside. And I was like, you know what? Oh, let's just brush our hair, brush our teeth, wash our face, and call it good. All right, that's all I'm going to put in this front one. The rest of them I'm going to set off to the side because they're going to be going into savings challenge money. And why put them in the front and have them be in the way the entire time? So quite a few bucks. I love saving these dollars, and it's fun hunting for them, right? It's like a treasure hunt. It's like, can we find what we want? It's the reason why I love going thrifting and garage selling. I'm looking for the treasure. I also love saving money. Why are those the wrong way? Oh my goodness. And sometimes, you guys, I think I'm cheap. It is funny. For our house, my husband likes the house warmer than I do. And part of the reason why I don't like our house as warm is because I'm cheap. You guys, I am cheap. That is all there is to it. Okay, I'm going to set these off to the side so we can stuff them later. Let's go ahead and grab the cash from my wallet. We're not stuffing my wallet because, of course, I do that on Fridays. So you see me do that on Fridays. And so I need sticky notes. I need 4 little sticky notes. This is the way that I do it. This is the way that my brain works. And it's what works for me. In budgeting, you need to do whatever works for you. And so here we're just going to put week 1. That one looks awful. Week 2, week 3, and week 4. That's right, you guys, 4 weeks of cash for the month. And so first of all, we're going to start off with our food money. So we've got $100 for each week for our food money. Then we need $50 for our prepper pantry. So we have got that. And then we need, out of my stack, we need 2 20s. No, we need 25 into each and 4 5s. And then off to the side over here, I have got Mr. Snow Gardener's money to add to these. So Mr. Snow Gardener puts $50 into home, $50 into fun, and so do I. So that gives us $100 each that we're putting into these categories. Let me grab this out from here and I will show you right here. So see, I told you guys the sticky notes are what let me know what I need. So I put right here, this is Bridger's money for December for these categories. So we're going to go ahead and put 25 more into each. Okay, so now we've got food, prepper pantry, miscellaneous and fun, and home. Now we need pay it forward. We're going to go ahead and do 4 10s. So $10 a week is what I have for pay it forward. Plus I have more giving money, of course. Then we need $40 a week for my spending money. This is guilt-free money. I always joke around and say that I can buy absolutely anything. I can make it rain with the dollar bills. I can give it to somebody. I can buy 10,000 coffees. Not that $40 will buy 10,000 coffees, but you guys know what I mean. And then we need money for car, and that is $50 a week. So now all I do, I should have grabbed out more paper clips, but I did not, is I just go ahead and put my sticky note on there and I put a paper clip on, and then I am good to go. So let me grab 3 more paper clips. And this is what works for me. And of course, here shortly, I will be using one of these stacks for week 1 of December. We'll do that on Friday. So when you guys come back on Friday, we'll get that done. And also on Friday, we are going to talk about an update for Brianna's debt. So you're going to want to check that out. That is our budgeting basics. I will do my cash stuffing. We'll talk about Brianna's debt. And then the following week, we'll talk about her December budget. Okay, so there's our weekly cash. I will put that back into the cash envelope that I keep it in, or the cash bag. Okay, so we've got all of that done. Let's go ahead and move on into our giving, Christmas, all of this good stuff here. So giving, which is Christmas Miracles, is going to get a $100 placeholder. Like I said, I just grabbed a hodgepodge of money. So we've got $100 placeholder going into giving. And then holidays, Christmas isn't getting anything. Holidays, we're going to go ahead and do $20 placeholder. Look at that. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. $20 into holidays, which was empty. Then we've got our birthday money. And so our birthday money is each going to get $20. And we've got our stickers, which are just fun. So for Peyton, we need 4 stickers. So let's get these off, add these, and grab his $20 in cash going into his birthday fund. And of course, I'm saving $260 for my children, my husband, and myself each year. I probably need to think about adding in some significant others and definitely another grandbaby envelope. Don't you guys think we definitely need a grandbaby birthday envelope? And significant others, I pull that out of gifts, and it's just kind of what works for me. So 4 more of these for me. And let's go ahead and add them in. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and $20 for me. I just like these stickers. You can see they're from Plan to Plan Sticker Co. They have all kinds of stuff. This is not sponsored. I don't even know who owns Plan to Plan Sticker Co. I found it years ago and I just loved it. And so this is me sharing with you what I love and what I find enjoyable. So let's go ahead and put his 4 stickers on here. Trying to vary them around. I don't know. I really don't have any rhyme or reason for how I do things. I just kind of do it. And then we've got Julia's birthday. Last but not least, I did tease my daughter and say, hey, just so you know, you're having a baby. So that means all of your money that used to get spent on you is probably now going to be going to your daughter, because we know that's how it is. We know that once grandbabies are born, the kids are left behind. My mom was amazing with my kids, and of course she still purchased things for me. I joke about that. So we're going to go ahead and put $50 into gifts and $50 into celebrations. This is pretty empty. My celebrations is pretty empty because we did 2 baby showers for Julia, and that added up very, very quickly. So that binder is done. I'm just going to set it on the floor so it's out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and do my least favorite binding. That's not a binding, it's a binder, which is the adulting binder. The binder itself I like. Paying the stuff inside, not so much. So we are going to be starting off putting in 50 extra bucks into my long-term car. All right, I'm okay with that. But, ooh, I almost messed up. We are using a placeholder for that. So a $50 placeholder into car. And then land tax and escrow. So land tax is going to get a $50 placeholder. And escrow is going to get 110 in placeholders. I didn't grab a 10 out of the placeholders. I forgot that I started doing that. No, don't worry. They're right here. It's not hard to find. I keep them right in my desk drawer. Look at that cute sushi sticker. So cute. So $110 going into escrow. Perfect. Then we've got pets. Pets are expensive, as I was just saying, so $200. We're going to do those in placeholders. And then we've got home, and home is going to get a $50 placeholder. Again, this is long term. I'm the only one putting into this right now, but Bridger in January is going to start putting money into this on a regular basis. Like, he's doing it every now and then, but now we're going to start putting into it on a regular basis. Subscriptions is going to get a $20 placeholder with a cute little cow on it. Sam's Club is going to get a $100 placeholder. And yes, that envelope is empty. Boy, I've been ordering a lot of stuff off of Sam's Club lately. I just ordered a package of the Drizzlicious rice cakes, and I am in love. I was at the doctor's office, and it had snacks and everything, and I grabbed one. Never had them. Drizzlicious is not sponsoring me, even though I would definitely take money from them if they did sponsor me. But if you haven't tried them and you want to, then you should definitely try it out. Then we've got fun spending. So we've got grandbaby that we're starting out with, and this is savings challenge money. Don't forget, I've already got quite a stack in there right there, right? You see that? And so I'm going to go ahead and grab what I have. So I've got $100 going in. So I've got 120, and then we have got 4 10s, 4 5s, and 21s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, and 20. Those ones are all going into savings challenges, so I'm just going to get them out of my way. Let's grab another paper clip. Not really that it needs to be paper clipped, but just because it helps keep the money a little bit smaller, a little bit more compacted. This is probably too much for this little envelope. Sorry, you guys, I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat. Is it going to fit? Just barely. So that's all savings challenge money. Let me get a drink really quick. I've got my hydro jug with a, what do I have in it? A liquid IV. I think it's peach. Okay, then we've got my money, and we're just going to put a placeholder in here for me today. $50 placeholder. I don't know what I'm saving for, you guys. I have no idea. Then we've got Peyton, and we are going to go ahead and do placeholders for these guys as well. Normally I do cash. This is why I'm having to look so much at my list. I've decided to do a little bit less cash. So $100 for Peyton, and look at the Merry Christmas sticker. $100 for Julia. And her envelope will always be the odd one out. I had this made years ago. My daughter's birthday is Halloween, and she loves Jack Skellington. Skellington, is that how you say it? And then we've got garden and clothing are both getting a $20 placeholder. A little ghost there. So $20 into garden, $20 into clothing. And then we've got personal care. And personal care is going to get cash. And so we are supposed to have 4 50s. Whew, we got 4 50s. We're supposed to have 4 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need some 5s for some change. So 4 5s. There we go. There's my personal care money. I do have some of my personal care in sinking funds or in the bank, but that is what I've got. So the rest of this money is for savings challenges. So that is all of my budgeting money. And you see here that I've got these ones, these 20s, these 10s, and these 5s. And I've got some ones. Now, when I get money from the Snow Gardener budget, I'll get some bigger bills too. I like getting all the ones, but I don't actually need them. And I like getting them all because I want to do the A bucks, the D bucks, and G bucks. Do you guys want to see how much money I had left over from sinking funds last month? Remember when I said I was on a budget for sinking funds? This is why. This is all I have left in my sinking funds. So I'm having to dial it back. And today, you guys, is not going to be super exciting for sinking funds. The reason why I tell you this is normally, of course, I'm doing multiple different sinking funds. Well, sinking funds. Savings challenges, you guys. Sometimes sinking funds, savings challenges. The struggle is real. But we are only going to be working on one challenge today. But before we start that challenge, let's go ahead and grab out our red binder. I forgot to grab my dot markers, so let me grab those so that we can utilize them. And as I was saying, we're only doing one savings challenge today. So for me, this is going to be a fairly short video. If you are new to my channel, if you haven't noticed, I talk a ton. Let's get these separated out, shall we? So we've got D, G's. D is for diving. G is for garden / patio. A is for Australia. Look at all those A bucks. I am impressed. The A bucks I always get the most excited for, but really all of these are exciting things. So Australia, we got 5 out of 20. That's pretty dang good. And you know what that means, you guys? That means that we are going to be able to put $25 into the high yield savings account. Because we've got 25. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. $25 going to Australia. That's right. I used to have a Sharpie in there, but I must have taken it out. Let's put it back in there. And of course, you can see that I am using my bucks trackers and using them well. And so we put 3 in there. We've got 2 left. So we're just going to go ahead and X that out. We will have a new tracker next time. So A is for Australia. D is for diving / vacation. And what color? We're using purple. And all we need to finish this one out is $8. And I think we've got it, you guys. Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, let's count this 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I grabbed 1 too many. Let me make sure. Oh, it's because I only need 7, not 8. I was thinking that was 5, but it's not. So we need our purple dot marker, which seems to be missing. We need our purple. Where did I put it? Let me look in the drawer. I found a green one in the drawer. It shouldn't be in there. I found a pink one in the drawer that shouldn't be in there. Oh, no, you guys, I don't know where my purple dot marker is. Oh, goodness sakes. The world is so sad. It's probably like in the kitchen or somewhere. I don't know. All right, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little black dot in the middle of these. It'll be just fine. Because now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this one that we did with the A one. And so we've got 4. So let's cross these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And you better bet your patootie that I am going to be looking for that dot marker better when I'm not filming. Okay, so garden. Where are we at with garden? Let's take a look. What color? Oh, of course, we're using purple. And we don't have the purple marker. This one is a little bit more important. Give me a second. I'm going to go see if I can find it. I couldn't find it, you guys. I remember taking it in my car for something. And I don't know if I still have it out there. So we're just going to use a purple highlighter. Oh, let's count how many we have. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9. So we're just going to do a little square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And of course, it would have to be the one that I need. Of course, that would be the way it is. We'll find it. Or if we don't, It's just a marker. Okay, you guys, so that is our bucks. Now, let me tell you guys what we are doing for the one savings challenge that we're doing. I have been working on the 2025 challenge from my friend Nita over at the Almost Organized Owl. We started out using it for the emergency fund. Then once the emergency fund goal was met, then we started working and using it towards the mortgage. So we're using a D8 dice, and we have got $100 from Mr. Snow Gardener. Let me make sure. So 20, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's a good thing I counted that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yes. So I was trying to get 105 from Mr. Snow Gardener. We will let him put that $5 back in his. And then out of my savings challenge money, we're going to grab 100. So we are going to roll dice and get $200 put towards this. I'm not sure how much it is, but I know it's more than 200. So we've got 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. If we need more ones, you guys know I've got them, but this way we've got some bills. So $200 is what we're doing. And this payment is going to be paid to our mortgage today. That's right, you guys. Today, we're going to make an extra payment to our mortgage. I talked to Mr. Snow Gardener about how much money I was putting towards the mortgage because I wanted to, not because he asked me, but you know, once I get my mindset on a goal, sometimes I get a little bit crazy, right? And so I have to be realistic with myself and have realistic spending goals. Now, I would love to put $100,000 to my mortgage, but I don't got it, right? I'm sure you guys are the same way. You would love to get it done. So I've got a D8 dice here. We're going to roll and we're going to finish this out. So we've got 5. Let's go ahead and start with the most expensive one. We've got $29. So let's grab out $29. So 25, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I hope you guys still enjoy this, even though it's not multiple challenges. We've got 7. And so 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that, you guys. We are finishing up this square here. So when we roll a 7 again, we just get to choose whatever one we want. Okay, so 7 is just $5. All right, we've got 4, and 4 is done, so we get to choose. We're going to choose 3 because all that is left is 11. And I love to feel the sense of accomplishment. So 11 more dollars, so 10 and 11. So now we have 3, 4, and 7 completed. And we got 6 again. Well, did we have 6? I don't know. Well, we've had it sometime, of course, because we've colored it in. Let's see. What color is this? I don't know, but we're going for 27. We are most likely going to pick the largest numbers that we can in each box. So 25, 6, and 7. And what is your big goal in your budget? Let me know down below what your goal is, what you're working on, no matter what it is. We're going to go ahead and do 16 because we all have different goals. It could be a simple thing of I just need to make enough money or figure my finances out to pay my bills or to buy food. It could be something like that. It could be a debt-free journey. Maybe you're smart and you don't have any debt. Big thumbs up to you for that. We're going to go ahead and do 26. But let us know. I love to hear about other people's journeys and what they are working on. So $26 here. So 1 is done as well now. So 25, 26. 2 has a whole bunch. Look at how many 2 has. And we've got 7 again. And we're going to go ahead and pick 6 just because we're getting close on 6. So we're going to go ahead and do the 12. 12 more dollars. And how many of you guys actually have goals? That's what I would love to know. Because for years in my life, I would say I had a goal, but I wouldn't. 1's done. So we're going to go back to 6 and we're going to finish 6 out. So we're going to do 9. Let me know. I am going to be later this month talking about goals. And that is most likely, I'm going to swap this out right here, you guys. That is most likely going to be probably on one of the Friday videos. Okay, so now we've got 8. We're going to go ahead and do 23. We're getting a lot crossed off, you guys. I'm excited. I'm excited to finish this out, and there was no way that I wasn't completing this challenge this year. It was one of my goals was to complete it, and I was going to get it done. So 5 right here, we're going to go ahead and do 22. I am keeping an eye on our stack of cash, and we do have plenty. I'm trying to make these look pretty and colored. Next year, I think I'm going to like do the same color, like do the whole row down be the same color. So 21 and 2. And let's see, what do we have left? We've got $20, and there's a 20 right there. So let's go ahead and color in that 20. And you guys, we are going to get this done. I am not going to count how much is left. It doesn't matter. But if you look, and you can add them up if you want, we've got a 17, a 19, a 16, a 30, a 24, a 28, an 18, and a 19. And that's it. So we have got, we know how much money is here. It's $200. We have got a $200 mortgage payment today. And I know this is going to shock you guys, but I am going to go ahead and get a sticky note because I need to keep track of it. The A bucks, the D bucks, those are easy because it's a big stack of ones. So $200 to the mortgage today. Let's go ahead and update you guys on the mortgage. I'm disappointed in myself, you guys. I forgot to look before I started filming this video. We paid the payment on the 1st, and it takes like till the next day or even today to find out what the interest is. And so I'm not going to have an exact total for you guys, but I can show you what we've paid so far. So we have got 2025, and today is the 3rd. So 12/3. And so we've got minus 200. Now, even though we don't know what the interest is, so we know it's going to go up. Let's look at the November tracker, shall we? And see what it is. So right here, the interest last month was close to $300. It was $296.51. So let's, pretend that it's $300. So if we have 130,217 minus 129 minus 200, if we don't have any interest, that's taking us down into below 130, but we're going to have interest, and we'll say $295, $1 less than last month. It's just a guess. 130,183, about where we're at for our mortgage. And of course, here we are, December, the beginning of December, and we're not going to include these two right here because we don't know, but let's see. So we've got 148,638.77 minus 130,217. You guys, in 6 months, almost 6 months, we have paid off $18,421. Not too shabby. But you guys, when you have big loans, when you have a mortgage, when you have student loans, when you have vehicles, when you have maybe a large personal loan, it can be so hard to stay motivated and to keep putting that money there. Because I tell you what, there are things I want to buy, right? There's things I want to buy. There are places that money could go, but I've got to stay true to what my goal is, and I have to think about why my goal is this way. And I know once my husband and I do not have a mortgage, that is going to free up so much money for our retirement to invest and also for our travel. All right, you guys, that's it for me today. I've got to get this edited and put up today. So until I see you guys next time, which will be on Friday, remember to keep on smiling. Bye, everybody.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is is where it stays. Way back a year ago. I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows. And we're all going live, still nobody knows. But I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year ago. Back a year ago.